Welcome back, Big Mama Energy.
I'm Brittany.
And I am Tia. And we're back with another video.
Hey.
I hope everybody is having an amazing week. Well, it's ending up the week, but you know, ending up the week. Hope you had a great week and ready for the new week to begin. Okay.
Yes.
Holiday season is here, and baby,
it's definitely upon us.
It's definitely we're in the thick of it. Like like it is crazy.
Yeah, it's about to be Christmas already.
Definitely about to be Christmas in 2 days. Are y'all ready? Like it's insane. This year has been moving so fast. But yeah, I just hope that you guys are enjoying your family, your loved ones, and really like enjoying the holiday season.
Right.
But yeah, so we back with our video.
Back with a video. Getting right back into it. We missed you guys.
We definitely miss you guys. Okay, and I hope you guys missed this as well. You know, we know you did. We hope you did. So yeah. So what video are we doing today?
So you already know. So since we're wrapping up the year, we are in the Sagittarius season.
We are in the Sagittarius season.
So it's only right to bring to you Surviving a Sagittarius.
Okay. Them Sagittarius.
Them Sagittarius. Okay?
That's what it is. I'm talking about Taurus.
That'd be something else. A Sagittarius.
Fucking airhead. That was like a dumb line moment, but it's okay. So yeah, we are in their season. This is actually our last surviving video.
It's here. We're here already.
This is the last time that we're doing, okay?
It is. And we've been on a rocky roller coaster, as you can see.
Definitely.
So
I'm actually curious to see what we talking about as far as these Sagittarius today. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, did you want to get right into it or what?
Yeah, we can get into it. I feel like, me personally, I've encountered a lot of them.
A lot of Sagittarius?
Like, you know, I've had my fair share of encounters with Sagittarius. What can I say as a whole about Sagittarius? What can we speak on?
As a whole, well, Sagittarius, I feel like it's their way or the highway.
For sure.
It's very much, it's my way or the highway with them. They're going to let you know how they feel unapologetically.
Yeah.
To be quite frank.
Definitely. And I feel like, even like, okay, so like how you said is your way or the highway, their way or the highway, for sure. And even if, like, you know, it's some pull back and forth with them, they're definitely going to try to find a way to get their way. Oh, absolutely. Like, they don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
Like,
very pushy. They will not take no for an
very
answer.
Pushy. Like, literally, you could talk to a Sagittarius and you could be saying everything to them and they'll be like, not even fucking listening to nothing you said.
No.
Because in their head, it doesn't matter what you're talking about.
It doesn't. It doesn't. They're going to stand on their ground. Like, they're going to stand their ground regardless.
That's a sign I said what I said.
Yeah.
Like,
and y'all just going to argue about it because they're right and you're wrong. Like, and sometimes I feel like with Sagittarius, you kind of gotta let them be right for the sake of peace.
Yeah.
Or you can be arguing all fucking night. Like, I don't know. That's what, in my experience, you kind of have to like just be like, all right.
Okay. I'm trying to think, have I ever gotten to? I mean, our sister is a Sagittarius. Me and her, we've argued before, but we don't argue a lot.
No, y'all go to the toe.
We argued before, and I think the one time we really argued, it got bad, but it wasn't, I don't know, it's not a consistent thing to where I feel like you and her might have argued more than us. Yeah. So
we definitely argue. We've hashed it out. I mean, we was raised in the same household, so you already know, like,
exactly. That's different.
Yeah, we've been right at each other's necks. And I'm an Aquarius, as y'all know, and she's a Sag, and it was just like, if I'm throwing in the towel, y'all should know. That says something. And see, back in the day, I didn't always throw in the towel.
Right.
I was like, whatever. Like, I'm standing on my shit too. Like, you know, so we'd just be at each other's neck. 9 times out of 10, she was right about some shit. You know, she's my older sister, so she was definitely kicking some knowledge. And I was just not trying to hear that shit.
Right.
So 9 times out of 10, I will say they do be right. I ain't gonna, you might not want to hear that at the moment, but 9 times out of 10 they are right, and sometimes they're not, and I will let you know. No,
Right.
But yeah, like, you know what I mean. And sometimes I feel like Sagittarius have to stew on it and brew on it. Like, you gotta let them stew on that shit and just think about it, and then come around and talk to them.
Right.
If it's in the heat of the moment, they bring the fire. So
I've never really gotten to like crazy arguments, because I would say the Sagittarius, other than my sister that I've known, have been like more of males.
Okay.
Like, I've known some female Sagittarius in my time. One of my coworkers is a Sagittarius, and I love her.
Okay.
She's super cool. She's hardworking. Now, she's definitely, it's one of those things. I think they're sour patches. Like, they can come out very sweet and very innocent. They very loving people. But baby, when they mad, like you said, they bring that fire. They bring that heat,
fire on your ass.
Okay, yes, muy caliente. Yeah, it's done. It's given that.
Yes.
Okay, that mouth can get crazy.
It really can.
And they quick with the tongue.
And they're very smart. Like, they're very intelligent. So they will, you know, try to outsmart you too. So you just got to be quick on your feet. You're doing dealing with them. Like, you really do. You have to be interesting when dealing with them, because they get bored easily. Like, from what I've noticed, Sagittarius get bored easily. You got to keep them interested.
Yeah, and I feel like if you try to cut it off with a Sagittarius, they are not trying to hear it.
No.
I feel like they not, like, I feel like it's very much like, it's over when they say it's over.
Yeah, they wanted to be on their terms.
Like, when they said, when I'm locked in, ain't no switching up.
Yeah, that's a Sagittarius.
Real rap, because if they're locked in, it's not even if we locked in.
Right.
If they locked in, ain't no switching up.
Right.
It's very much given that, okay?
Yeah.
So I think the first time I've actually talked to a Sagittarius, this was some years ago or whatever. I met this guy at a friend of mine's family cookout or whatever. And he was like super sweet. Like, he came up like with all of the compliments. Like, when he seen me, it was like he was like in awe. Like, he was just like who is this? You know what I mean? And it was very flattering. I wouldn't say that, well, I always say I don't necessarily have a type. I just have certain features that I really like about a guy. But I wouldn't have said that he was my typical type, like, you know, type of guy. He was very hood. Okay. And not to say there's nothing wrong with a hood guy, but, like, you know, I'm talking about really in, you know.
He was in the streets.
He was definitely in the streets. Tatted all over. Face tattoos, everything. Like, he was one of them.
Right.
But his personality was just so, like, big, and, like, he just seemed, like, sweet. After a while of being there with him, he kind of, like...
Won you over?
Yeah, he kind of won me over with his personality. I was like, oh, he's a cool boy or whatever. So, we actually did exchange numbers. And it was cool. Like, we was rocking and rolling, talking, and getting to know each other. Like, he was funny as hell. I feel like we kind of had the same humor when it came to certain things. The difference, though, was the lifestyle. You know, his lifestyle was so different from mine. Like, he was really in the streets. Like, if we out and about on a date, do I gotta worry about somebody running down on us?
Right, and that's a real thing, and that's a scary thing.
That is a real, like, and that was a real concern of mine, because it's like, not only, you know, we're talking and getting to know one another, you already had your eyes set that, okay, I want her. But I'm still trying to get to know you. I know you told me that you was in this lifestyle, but it seeming like you still out here doing this, and I'm not that girl. Like, I'm just not.
Right.
You know,
I can see how that could put a little monkey wrench in
yeah, it put a monkey wrench in it. So it came a point of time where I'm like, you know, we could be friends. You know, he wasn't trying to hear that.
Of course not.
At all. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, he was not trying to hear that at all. I'm talking about years, months, years later, he was still trying to talk to me all the time. So like in that experience, and it was kind of ghetto. I'm not even gonna lie. It was some ghetto situations, like with. I'm like, he's too hood for me, because it showed even in his past relationships and the type of women that he dealt with in the past. Like, I try not to judge, but sometimes you really judge a person by the person they was with before you. I mean, like the previous people that they decided to deal with.
Hood buggers.
Yeah, it was given like, I see why you was so excited when you seen me. You ain't never.
Yeah.
You ain't never been with a baby. You ain't never. No, but it was just given that over the course of the times, I was like, yeah, you know what? I fuck with you. Like, you still really cool. Right. Personality fire. We could talk all day. But you, as like a relationship, intimate, romantically, right. I can't see it. So I told him, I was like, you know, we could be friends. So I hadn't seen him for a while, and then my friend's cousin had another party. It was like a birthday party. This was like years later, and my friend actually couldn't make it, so I went there by myself, because that's me and her family was cool. They like really liked me, so and I fucked with them too. So I went there, and he came in and seen me.
Shout to you. You already know.
Acting insane. First of all, he was acting so crazy. Like, first of all, he was lit. He was drunk shit. So he started acting crazy. Tia, for real. Like, started screaming out real child. Screaming out crazy shit. Like, embarrassing me. Embarrassing me. He talking about something. I ate your ass. Child. In front of everybody in the middle of the street. He done took off his shirt. He was really acting up. Child. And I'm like,
yeah, no.
Causing a scene. And he was not here. Child. He was like, until he was talking to me, like, I don't care. Like, so you need to talk to me. Like, don't try to avoid me. So, I mean, we had a conversation that night, but I really just had to express to him, like, you know, it's nothing, like, as far as, I don't think you're a decent person. Like, I think you're a decent person, but our lifestyles is just different. Like, right. I just can't see it. I can't handle it.
I'm not on what you want.
I'm not on what you want. We're different.
Yeah.
And I know they say the opposites attract, but like,
when your physical safety is a question, exactly. It's like, no.
It's like, yeah, I'm not willing to risk it. No. I'm not. Yeah. So, yeah. And that's kind of what that situation was. After that, we never talked. Like, he would say stuff here and there to me, like on social media, but still trying, flirting and stuff like that. But like, that's kind of what it was. And then it kind of never died, because they don't never want to hear no. Like,
right.
But yeah. You have a story, or you want me to continue?
Well, I mean, I dealt with a Sagittarius. I have plenty of family that's Sagittarius. My sister, as you know, our older sister. Actually, my sister-in-law, she's a Sagittarius too. Happy belated birthday to both of y'all. But yeah, so I have a cousin through marriage that he's a Sagittarius. Okay. So I'm like surrounded by Sagittarius. I feel like it's a few of them sprinkled in. And each one of them, they're like they're the same in some ways. Unique differently, of course, they're individuals. But pretty much they trying to run the show. Okay. You know, they definitely boss energy. Whatever they're going to do, for the most part, they're usually going to be your managers, your bosses, your entrepreneurs of the world, because that's just, they don't like nobody telling them what to do. Off the bat. But I did talk to a Sagittarius, and of course I didn't know this stuff back in the day, but I did talk to a Sagittarius, and I think I talked to two. And it was funny, they were different. One was a Sagittarius. He was at the end of November. Okay. And he was different because I feel like he was very quiet. Like, but again, they can be quiet. So he was very quiet, whatever. Like, me and him had a, you know, off and on again thing. I feel like it was just like a situationship. Okay. It wasn't a relationship at all. But he was very much like obsessed with me kind of thing. Very obsessed. And we were just, it was what it was. You know what I mean? Right. But he was very obsessed. I remember, like, nothing dangerous, but just like, he didn't care. Like, he was very obsessed with me. He would come to where I was at, like, in a heartbeat. Like, you know what I mean? That type of shit. It was flattering. You know? It was definitely flattering. But I didn't like him in that way. So eventually it kind of just fizzled out.
Okay.
Because I met somebody that I actually was interested in. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Good vibes, but it just wasn't enough spark between me and him. That December Sagittarius, totally different. I literally was on his ass. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I was like totally smitten with this one, and like it was kind of like a reversal. Like I was like hunting him down, on some real stuff, and I was like kind of proclaiming him like he was mine or something. He wasn't. We was not together. But I just really liked him. Like he was really dope. He was really like a cool guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like we always was vibing, and I feel like he was not scared to like be himself around me and like try new shit. You know what I mean? Like he was very open. And I like that. Very like adventurous.
Okay.
And like when we linked in, it was just, you know, that's how I felt like our chemistry was crazy at the time. Like anything that I was for, he was down for it.
Okay.
Like and vice versa. Like it was just crazy energy. But like we never got together in a relationship. We really didn't. Like I was on my thing, he was doing his. Sometimes like he was in a relationship and I was dealing with him, which was a whole nother thing. Child. But again, I knew like what it was. I didn't want to be, you know, I didn't want to take his girlfriend's place in any kind of way. But it was just like some type of, I feel like it was toxic a little bit. Well, it was definitely toxic because he had a girlfriend and, you know, we was still on some shit. But yeah, so it was definitely spicy. I will say Sagittarius have that spice. And that's what I want to say as well. A lot of people don't know that other side of Sagittarius. But if they like you and you tap in all the way, it's a freak in there. It's a big, it's a freak of the week in there. And they are very spicy. And, you know, I feel like they will give you their all. You know what I mean? They will definitely love on you hard, I feel like. You just got to tap into that. You know what I mean? If you tap into that with a Sagittarius, man, listen, it's up. It's definitely up. Like, it's going to be spicy. They're going to bring that heat.
I definitely feel like, you know, they are definitely spicy. Yeah. In the bedroom for sure.
Spicy as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
They I definitely want to try some new shit. You'd be like, wait, what? You want me to do what now?
That's the thing. Okay. Well.
You be like some shit. They probably be writing them damn books with all that stuff in them. Like, because I know they are very creative. Very creative people, for sure.
Yeah. So the first Sagittarius I was talking about, he is definitely December Sagittarius. I've dealt with a November Sagittarius as well. First of all, this guy was completely not on my radar. Okay. So, like, he wasn't on my radar at all. Like, I didn't even know who he was. Apparently, he had like a freaking crush on me for years. Okay. Didn't know him. Didn't know, like, we were Facebook friends for years, but he wasn't a Facebook friend that like was memorable. Like, he wasn't a person that just was like there that I would notice, you know what I mean? And at the time, like, when I say he had a crush on me for years, like, I was in a whole relationship. And before then, like, he had a crush on me, I guess, like, when I was in a relationship and everything. So last time I've been in a relationship was what? 2015?
Yeah, 2015.
It was a minute ago. Like a hard, sturdy relationship.
Yeah,
you know
sturdy.
What I mean?
I'm hollering.
Okay.
Right, a same relationship.
So he had a crush on me for some time. And then, you know, we wound up crossing paths, like, in real life. Right. And I still really, you know, he still wasn't on my radar in that type of way. But, you know, he was around, like, I seen him. Still didn't know who he was. Okay. Still didn't know he had a crush on me for all this time. I found out once he told somebody, he was telling somebody, like, oh my God, like, I had a crush on this girl for years. Running down a whole story. Even saying stuff that I didn't even know, like. So apparently, the person I was in a relationship with, my ex-boyfriend, he lived on the same block as him and everything. Like, it was...
That's just weird.
Wow. It ran kind of, like, deep. Like, it was crazy. So I'm like, whoa, like, what? This person's telling me this. And I'm like, who are you talking about? Because I don't even know this person.
It don't sound familiar.
It don't sound familiar to me. So when I found out who he was, it was still very weird because he was telling all of these people these things, but never spoke to me. in person.
Yeah, that's strange.
Like, he would not say anything to me. Like, when he started to see me, he wouldn't say anything to me. Which is weird, because it's like, you had a crush on me for all these years. And now you're seeing me actually in the flesh. Like, this is me. And you're fucking mute.
Well, I feel like some of that stuff, sometimes it's intimidating.
You think so?
To see your crush? Hell yeah. You sometimes be like, oh, I'm not even going over there. Like, if you're not prepared to, like, step to them.
Oh, God.
I'm like, oh gosh, you know, and if you have all of these emotions and they've been harboring for years, if your crush just now all of a sudden is in your space,
right?
That shit is weird. It's overwhelming, I'm sure.
Well, maybe that was the case.
Yeah.
But the weird thing to me was, okay, maybe I could understand it, but you're telling other people this.
It's easy to talk to other people. It's hard to talk to your crush.
Oh my God.
Somebody you've been crushing on for years.
But I feel like at that point, if you're telling people all of this stuff about me, and then you walk right past me, not speak to me, that's weird to me.
Not weird. That's on point.
You think
so? Unless you're like, yeah, if you've been, so you pretty much been putting this person on the pedestal for years. And they didn't seem attainable. You know what I mean? You had a boyfriend. He didn't really run into you. Now he's in your space, sharing the same space as you.
Right.
Hell yeah, that's intimidating. And it's like, you gotta get your thoughts in order. Of course you can express yourself to other people. Who cares what they fucking think? But the crush, you got to build some shit up to talk to them.
And I guess
sometimes you gotta build that up. You know what I mean?
I didn't see it like that. I was like, this nigga is weird. Like, honestly, because I'm like, you in here talk about me, like, you telling people this, that, and the third, and running all this down, talking about my ex, all this shit, and you ain't even said 3 words to me. Like, nigga, what? Like, what's really good? So that was strange to me or whatever. But then finally, he talked to me one day, and like, I mean, he didn't flat out say everything that I already knew from other people, but he actually had a conversation with me. And then over the time, like, he started flirting, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I started to see him in a different light. Like, okay, like, you know what I mean? You remember when you said you don't see somebody until you actually see somebody?
See them. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you could be looking, but are you really seeing?
You're not seeing them. You don't even give a fuck. Like, whatever.
And I think that was the situation. So, like, he kind of grew on me, and we started flirting and everything like that. And we started dealing with each other. Well, we dealt with each other. I'm not going to say, like, it was a ongoing situation, but we did deal with each other. And I found out that he had a whole bitch.
Most of them do.
He had a whole bitch that he never told me about. Like, it was crazy to me because, you know, on his birthday, a big birthday at that you would think that if you had a woman, you would spend your time with her.
Not necessarily.
You inviting me out.
Yeah, they getting ready for
you
your life.
You spend that time with me, like, which was crazy. So I didn't know. When I tell y'all, I had no clue that he had a bitch until niggas start moving funny. Because niggas always switch up,
for sure,
and start acting weird. And I pick up on things quick. And especially since it was the whole situation. Why you laughing?
No, because you do pick up on things quick as hell. Okay, you soon as you move right, she
right. So I think you need to be on your P's and Q's around me, cause like, yeah, even if you ain't doing check, nigga, I know you think about it. So
it's like, wait a minute.
So it was a situation where I don't know, what did he do?
Did he like not answer his phone at a certain time, or like?
I think I had called him because like he had got COVID or something like that. Okay. So I called him to just like check up on him to make sure he was good, and like he was acting real strange when I called him.
Like as if he was in mixed company.
Yeah. Like it was almost like when he picked up the phone, like he was sneaking to pick up the phone. You get what I mean? Like, and I'm like,
he was talking soft.
He like, oh, text me. No. And I understand. You know what? I understand because you know when you were sick or whatever, you couldn't barely talk. Yeah. So I understand not being able to talk. Right. This was different.
It wasn't
like, you know, I called.
He like, text me.
Yeah. That's how I'm saying. I'm like, nigga. I said, okay. So after that, I was just hurt. Yo. So then I think I think I actually text him, asking him like,
you worried?
You out of bitch?
Yeah.
Like, what, you in a relationship?
She knew. From there on out, you like, no, you acting weird.
And he literally like ignored what I said, and then like he didn't even respond to what I said and tried to start another conversation.
Try to spin that shit. He said, spin that shit. No, we not gonna let them spin it back, bitch, because I said, do you have a woman?
Exactly.
Do you have a girlfriend?
So he still, you know what I mean, was acting stupid. So now I already know the answer. Like, I already know.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I already like, come on now, stop playing with me.
Right.
So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, fuck this nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't gotta speak to you again a day in my life. Like, and that's just what it is. Like, fuck you, and that's what it is. Child, it was cool. It was all good and fuck you until I had to see him again.
Oh, God.
And when I see him, in my head, like, I didn't speak to him. I wasn't talking to him or nothing. But in my head, though, I wanted to run in his shit so bad. I was like, literally, it was eating me up inside. I got to say that. Because I'm like, I think this pussy think he done got one over it and, like, shit is sweet. So in my head, I was really internalizing. I was like, Tia, it was a battle.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was the angel with the devil. Like, literally. It was, part of me was like, don't say that to him. It's not worth it. Other side of me was like, go run in this nigga shit. Because he think this shit is a game and go run in his shit. I wanted to knock that nigga between the fucking Gatorades. Like, bitch, don't fucking play with me.
Yo. Oh, man.
Like, yeah. So, and the big bad bitch won, because I went right up to him.
You're like, you know what? Yep, you're right, bitch, you're right. Let's go. Let's confront him.
And I went right up to him. He didn't even see me coming. Like, that nigga, like, it was so funny. Like, he kind of jumped up. I started him. Like, and I'm like, so you want to act like you didn't, like, see my message? Like, the question? Like, are you not going to answer the question? He still was acting stupid.
I still acting stupid in person. Like,
Brittany, when I tell you, it took everything in me to just walk away.
Yo.
Because don't ever fucking play in my face.
Exactly.
When you play over the phone, you safe.
That's what I'm saying.
Playing in my face, you not safe.
Yeah. And you're not dealing with a bimbo here. You're not dealing with somebody who's an airhead. You know what I mean? Like, cut it out.
I just was like, all right, you know what? I just walked away. And at that point, I felt like he really... And I felt like he felt bad, like we did. But he... Like, I don't know. I feel like...
You don't feel like he felt bad?
I feel like he felt bad. But, like, at the same time, it's one of those things. It's like... When motherfuckers get caught, sometimes they just keep on going with the fucking lie. They don't know how to. They don't know how to stop.
You got me.
But with me, it's like, baby, once I done figured it out, like, it's over. You might as well just. First of all, if I asked you, I already knew. Like, I figured it out at this point.
I'm asking you to clarify, but I already knew.
Yeah.
I just want to hear you say it.
I just want you to tell the fucking truth.
Right. And just know that you didn't get over it.
You didn't get over it.
And you didn't do a good job.
You didn't do a good job. Like, you're weird as shit.
Wow.
Honestly, and even still, when he did, like, finally, like, admit or whatever, he did, one day he actually did, because I wasn't talking to him. Like, when I tell you, when I don't fuck with you and I won't talk to you, I really won't talk to you no more. Like, I don't have to say nothing to you.
Right.
It's gonna eat you up more than it eat me up.
Exactly.
So, one day he came up to me and just was like, he told the truth, like, you know,
look,
I live with it. But it was like, it came with excuses, like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, I'm in a situation, but I'm not really in a situation. Like, it's not really a relationship. Like, we live together, but it's not where I'm not happy. I don't sleep in the bed. You know the bullshit. The game that niggas want to be. No. I'm here for the kids. We ain't even having sex. All that weird shit. But my whole thing is like, none of that matters now because you didn't say this shit at the beginning. You weren't being honest. You stole my choice from me. Yeah. And for that, I will never respect you and I will never forgive you.
Yeah.
Like, where you fucked up is when you took my choice away from me. You violated. You definitely violated me. I'm not no side bitch type of like chick. I'm sorry. First of all, I'm selfish. I'm really stingy when it comes to my nigga. Like, I don't want to share with no fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when you put me in that position where I'm your side bitch, like,
and I ain't even agree to this.
And I ain't even agree to this. Like,
unbeknownst to me,
is you crazy? Like, do I look like a bitch that gotta share a nigga? Like, I'm sorry. Like,
listen.
Like, no, it's never given it. Like, so it was really nutty on his behalf, and I had to literally, and I feel like I had to keep telling him this multiple times because even still to this day, he still think it's going to be something there.
I feel like a lot of people, men, whatever, be trying to like get prepared for their new life, if that makes sense. Like, they still have one foot in the door wherever they're at. They still might be dealing with somebody, but some of them are like, they are mentally checked out of their relationship, right? And they be trying to prepare their new life.
And I understand,
and it's not fair to a person that you're trying to do this shit to, but they really do be doing it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that if you're mentally checked out, but give me that information. Exactly. Give me my choice. Yeah. Don't rob me of my choice.
And get out the relationship or whatever you going to do. Exactly. Get it out of there, and then you can get you a new life.
And eventually he did.
Yeah.
He moved out.
Okay.
Got his own place, right?
And hit you up?
And, I mean, he's still, yeah. And I was like, I hope you ain't think that, you know what I mean, you getting that new place was going to be something here, because that's dead. First of all, I will never trust you.
Right, you broke that trust.
You broke that trust. And you robbed me of my choice. And I feel like you knew that you would never, ever get a taste of this pussy, smell it, or nothing. Yeah. Had you would have told me that you had a bitch. You knew. And I feel like that's the thing too. Niggas don't be telling the truth because they already know how that shit is gonna go. Y'all trying to manipulate the situation. And that's exactly what he did. He manipulated the situation. You knew damn well if you would have told me that you was living with a bitch, had a bitch, all that, I wouldn't have fucked with you.
Right.
You knew that.
Yeah, a lot of them do, yeah.
So you was being selfish. You was thinking about yourself. You wasn't thinking about me. You wasn't thinking about the bitch you was living with. You was thinking about yourself solely.
Very deceitful.
Very deceitful. Yeah. And you were wrong. And I'm going to keep saying that to you until you understand that you were wrong. Like, I don't give a fuck how you trying to spice it. I don't give a fuck how unhappy you are. Yeah. You don't do that to a person. You don't take their choice away from them. Be fucking honest. If she don't want to fuck with you, oh well. Guess what? It's a bunch of bitches that would.
It is.
Knowing.
Yeah.
That you have somebody at home. Sad, but listen. Some people, it's a reality.
Don't give a fuck. Like,
some people don't give a fuck.
I know I did. It's not okay.
Yeah.
And karma will come back around to you.
Yeah, so, but it's one of those things, again, where it's like, he still keep on keeping on. Keep keeping on. Like, nothing that I say.
Cause he think he gonna wear you down.
Yeah.
He like, yeah, if I just stay consistent, I'm gonna wear her down, and eventually she gonna give me another chance.
Yeah, no. So. It was even a point of time where he actually said to me, I guess, like, I don't know if he was thinking about this for a while, but he actually came up to me and was like, you know, am I ever going to be able to fix this? And I was like, no. Not as far as us being romantically, you know, involved with each other at the point.
Yeah.
You already violated me. You know what I mean? So it's like, no. And I was honest with him. I'm like, listen, you know, you're a cool boy on a, like, friend level, or, like, even a associate, whatever, acquaintance.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
That's it. But, like, as far as us being anything more, that's dead. That's done. You violated. You violated. And that's just what it is. And even after that, he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck what I said.
Cause he got
like, his head. Yeah.
He like, all right, I'm gonna let it cool off.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
That's exactly how it be. And that's why I said, when Sagittarius, like, it's their way. They want what they want, and they not really trying to take no for an answer.
They want what they want when they want that shit.
Yeah, when they want it.
And that's on period. And let me say this too, like, with a Sagittarius, what I've noticed too sometimes with them, if they're in a relationship and they have expressed to their partner like how they feel time over time, and their partner don't do nothing about it, sometimes they do check out of that relationship and go find somebody else to do these things that they want to do. And it's not okay, especially when you're with somebody, okay?
Right.
Seeing it. But they will, all right, I done told you.
Yeah.
Now whatever happens, happens. And you know, and it's like, so
Yeah, and
there's that.
That is a thing in general, because I've been in a situation where, you know, I keep telling you X, Y, and Z, the issues, the problems, whatever the case may be. You want to sweep things under the rug. Like, you do get to a point where, first of all, if you can't talk to your partner, the person that you're with, who the fuck else are you going to talk to? Somebody else.
Somebody else. They going to get somebody else to do it.
They definitely going to get somebody else to do it.
You know
That's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
And it's not right, but this is the thing. This is Snapple fix. And at this point, you should know that.
And now somebody got your bitch. Or somebody got your nigga. Like, yo.
Yes, for real.
I'm
motherfuckers fumble.
Or entertaining them.
All the time.
Yeah,
like,
man, listen.
If your woman can't come home and talk to you, or your man can't come home and talk to you and vent to you and express how they feel without you being weird, irritated, or whatever the case may be, they gonna get somebody else to do it.
They are.
And that's a big fact.
And they be these bitches that gratefully will do that shit. Or these men, they will be like, oh, why are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't treating you right. Okay, cool.
Right.
Well, it's love over here or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so just
listen. So get that shit together.
Get it together.
But that's definitely a thing. That's definitely a fucking thing.
In this day and age, they don't care.
And they definitely don't care. They don't give a fuck if the nigga treating you good.
They don't.
They coming like, what's up?
Too. So, I mean,
on all
you
that
know,
shit.
you got two boyfriends now.
No,
You got,
for
you know,
real.
I'm giving two, like, or whatever the case. So, just know that.
Yeah. But yeah, so in all my experiences with dealing with like Sagittarius, they've been cool people. I feel like, you know, the vibes is always there.
Yeah.
Great conversation. They definitely like to talk.
They love to talk. If they don't like
to talk.
you.
Yeah.
If they don't talk to you, they do not like you.
Yeah, they like to run their mouth.
Yeah.
They like to talk a lot.
Understand it. And if they don't fuck with you, they not want to talk to you. Like, for real. Like, please understand
that is a thing.
They got a lot to say. They're not saying something to you. They don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just facts right there.
That is a thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have no plights with Sagittarius. Like, and sometimes, unless it's like, you know, of course, the stubbornness sometimes between us is like, you might butt heads. Mm-hmm. But kind of is what it is with that. I learned talking works most of that out. So
yeah. My only thing that I would say is that they just want everything their way.
They do want,
and like
they'll bully you on the low.
Yeah, they will bully you into a relationship.
They will.
Into like you being on their side, going with their decision. They will definitely.
Then another thing, they will be like, oh, you know, I feel like they have to do everything, but it's because y'all want things done a certain way. They're very particular. And they like things done a certain way. So it's like, you might be willing to offer up your help, but if you ain't do it the way they would have done it, now I'm like, I gotta do everything. No, you have to do everything because you have to do everything, if that makes sense. Yeah. You don't have to do everything.
I'm that way, especially when it comes to work. When it comes to work things, that's typically how I am.
When it comes to anything,
I'm not going to say I'm like that 24/7 though.
If you ain't putting the foil down right, I'm not. Like, let me do it, cause you got to do it like this. Like, they going to instruct you on how to do everything. Yeah, that's just the bossiness in them. Yeah, they are very bossy.
When it comes to work stuff,
when it comes to work for sure, and when it comes to real life, just life in general, I feel like they're definitely bossy, and you got to do it a certain way, or they gonna do it themselves. Like, yeah.
And I'm not opposed to like allowing somebody to help me do stuff, but if I'm going to have to go over your work and redo
I think
it
that's
again,
what it is. Yeah,
that bothers me.
Yeah, that's my really what it is. Cause some people, you know, like if I do it, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Whatever. But they want it to be done the perfect way. They're perfectionists like a motherfucker. Like, just know that. Perfectionist.
Right. I don't mind. See, and that's the difference. Like, if you get it done and it's done, I don't care how it gets done. Yeah. If it's done correctly and you get it done, that's fine. It's when you do something and now I have double work after that because now I gotta go back and clean up your mess.
Didn't want to do it in the first place.
And that's different.
That's different.
If you have your own system and way of doing something, I really don't care as long as you get it done. Right.
That's how I am too. Like, we can do things two different ways. Right. And it's done. Right. But with Sagittarius, you gotta do it their way. Like, no, because I told you to do it this way. You know what I mean? They don't see the different routes. You gotta take their route, or it's gonna irritate them. Right. That's what I've noticed. Could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Let me know. But I'm just saying, y'all are very anal. Y'all are very anal. Y'all are perfectionists. You can't get one over on no fucking Sagittarius. I'll tell you that. I don't think you can get one over. You gotta wake up early in the motherfucking morning to get one over on their asses. You know the devil don't sleep. Let me stop.
I don't know. In that situation, I really don't know. Now, as far as our sister, for sure.
Yeah. I'm not that sloppy person that you was dealing with, unfortunately.
Huh?
Was you talking about the guy?
I'm talking about in general. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
They think a lot. They think a lot. And they think behind the curtain type shit. Like, you know what I mean? They want to know who's behind there. Like,
maybe it's because I overthing everything. So it's like, it's
so
hard
this ain't
for
nothing
me to get
for you,
over me. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to get shit over on me.
Yeah. And I feel like that way too, in a sense, but like, Sagittarius, I feel like they just top it. Like, if I'm watching a movie with my sister, like, she already know the end of the fucking movie. And I'm like, yo, wait a beginning. All right, so she gonna do this at the third. Why are you a detective figuring this shit out so early in the game? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay. they be 3-4 steps ahead. Like, they just, right. You know, and it's like, they're very inquisitive. And yeah. So, good peoples. Still my peoples though. Love when I see it though.
Yeah, so yeah, do you have anything else to say about the lovely Sagittarius?
No, I mean, I feel like they are great partners. I feel like when you're doing what they want you to do, I'll say that. Like, you gotta be tuned into the relationship, and I feel like they're great partners when you are, when they get in their way, and you know.
I don't know, and that's the thing. Like, I really don't have crazy beef with Sagittarius. Like, I don't feel like this is like the worst time ever. I don't.
No, they're not the worst time, but they can be very. They can be though. They can turn that shit up on you.
They could.
It just depends on, like, Sagittarius can turn that fire up. I haven't had that experience with one. Right. You know, I've had a little family feud, sisterly feud, whatever you want to say, but all in all, like I said, my sister was right on a 90% of that shit. And like, I just feel like they possess this like wisdom, and like they've been here before. Right. That's just on period. So like, I have a respect for Sagittarius. I really do. And that's a lot coming from me, because you already know. But yeah, I feel like they're good peoples. Like, I
definitely think they're good peoples, for sure. They're definitely loving people. They're definitely supportive people. But you know, if you get on their bad side, the devil. Yeah. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, but you did it. I feel like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Once you do them dirty, I think that they could be very sneaky. I think Sagittarius are very they can sneaky. Be very sneaky. Very fucking sneaky. See? You know, so
they can be sneaky, I feel like, depending on.
And you will never fucking know.
You will never know.
You talking about taking secrets to the grave? Yeah.
Cradle to the grave. Cradle to the grave. Yeah. You will never find out.
It's some shit about Sagittarius in your life that you have no idea that they into. Yeah, they definitely got a secret life.
They do have a secret life. they will hold that business. They don't like people in their business. They do not like people in their business. They gonna tell you if they want you to know. Right. But if not, man, you won't.
And they never gonna tell you the full thing neither. They gonna tell you parts.
Yeah, they tell you what they want you to know. Yeah. Otherwise, that's none of your business. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That nigga ain't think I needed to know he had a bitch. He didn't. He didn't
think that was important. Clearly. Because I feel like he checked out of that relationship, and he was like, look. But, I mean, no excuse. Well, no cap.
It wasn't.
But just to try to get into the mind of a Sagittarius, once they check out, they done with your ass. Just know that. Once they done, they like, look, see you later.
You need to be all the way done.
Yeah.
And especially if you want to get with somebody like me.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. But you know.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
That was my survival story.
My survival story.
I didn't really have to survive USB. I just was having a good time. It wasn't no survival. I was having a good time.
I was doing.
And niggas was crazy. I mean, fun. I think it was a fun time. I had a great time. I don't know. Comment down below and let us know. Like, what your survival story is.
I had a good time until I just tried to cut it off. Oh, like, when I tried to, tell them, like, all right, well, no, this is not happening. They wasn't trying to hear it. They didn't want to let go. Yeah. They wanted to continue the good time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That is the thing.
They want to continue the good time.
They will definitely always be up for that time. Yeah. And to be very honest, I feel like they will forever be trying to be with that shit. Yeah. You gotta draw the lines, the boundaries.
I forgot the second one I was talking about. He said something to me. I was like, that's kind of stalkerish. Like, he started cracking the fuck up
because it was funny to him,
and I think like that shit like hit home. Like he was laughing because he's like, maybe I am a stalker.
Probably so. I mean, he probably already knows that. He's like, damn, she caught me. She figured me the fuck out. Like, every but see, when you meet somebody who you're a stalker, I'm a stalker too. So let's stalk.
Yo,
let the games begin, bitch. Cause no, but yeah. Seriously.
Listen,
you know,
I'm stalking, but not severe.
Not severe.
I'm not gonna be on I am a stalker type vibes. I'm not gonna be outside the house
because I'm not about to get locked in movie. Yeah, I might just have a little fun with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Send you a picture of the place you in. You know? Look behind you.
Okay, all right.
That's it. That's it.
If you see Sissy on season 3.
Night Crazy gonna be fun though. They like shit like that. They like to keep it razzle. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, Sagittarius. Y'all like fun. Y'all really do. And like, what's fun to them is extreme sometimes. Like, you got to keep it interesting. I told you that these people are very, they get bored very easily.
Yeah.
You got to keep it interesting.
I don't know.
You have to.
But maybe it's me.
You got to keep it spicy with them.
Because, I don't know. I've never had a situation where, like, I was chasing the Sagittarius. It was always the other way around.
And I mean, I was never chasing one, but we was like kind of doing having games. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's never been
we was into each other.
It's never been a situation where like a Sagittarius cut me off and I was like,
yeah, pursuing them.
Yeah,
I've never had that either.
So I don't know as far as like, I don't know. You say keep it spicy?
Know. I mean, keep it spicy like in the bedroom, and keep it spicy like in a relationship. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I don't mean like stalking them unwanted. Like, them motherfuckers want you to stalk them. Like, if they're into you. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Not like them trying to avoid you.
Okay.
Kind of shit. No, that's not cool. I don't want to get that message across. You know.
So you saying like a good time, playful?
Yeah, like a playful thing. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Like, keep it exciting. They like, oh shit. Like, it's
got you. All right.
I don't mean running down on people that don't want you to talk to them no more. That's restraining order shit. I feel like, in my situation, I feel like they get like that a little bit. Like, I don't know. I think maybe they can, but I've never been, all of my stalkers have been different signs. Yeah. Never a Sagittarius, so I don't know.
That's true. Well,
I feel like they probably, I don't know if they would even, I don't know. If their stalking is not going to be, it's going to be in a different way. Maybe just hitting you up, letting their presence known, but I don't feel like, I don't know. Maybe this. I don't know. Y'all let me know.
You know what?
I'm not fucking sure.
Stalkers don't come, they come in, like you said, they come in all different packages, so it doesn't even matter. But in my experience, every Sagittarius guy I talk to they can't let it go and try to force their way back in my life every time.
But did they like physically do you harm?
No, they didn't physically do me harm. Had they stalked me, maybe. Like, I don't know. People say subtle things. Like, when you move a couple of blocks away from me, like, that's pretty stalkerish.
Yeah, that is.
So, I don't know.
Like, they trying to be close to you. That would be...
Yeah, so, I don't know. And maybe it could just be me. I don't know. I really don't know. Because, yeah, typically when I stop talking to people, they don't never get the hint. So...
Like
that's
crazy
a thing.
People, I don't know.
That's a thing.
Maybe you attract crazy people.
Oh, well, we had this conversation this morning. Like, I'm destined to be with a sick psycho.
Yeah, a
little bit. That's what it's giving. It's giving that, okay? Yeah. My man will not be normal, apparently, at all.
Oh, gosh.
That's what it's giving. Like,
giving a good time ahead.
But yes, drop the comments below. Let us know, how do you feel about this video? Did we have some good gems in there? Do you feel like this is relatable when it comes to your surviving a Sagittarius story? Right. Or if you're a Sagittarius, do you think that's hit your personality on the head? Do you feel like you disagree with us, like let us know.
Let us know.
And also, if you have any stories that you want to share, you know, you can always hit us up on our Gmail at bigmamaenergy@gmail.com, and you know, be discreet, anonymous. All right.
Always share your stories. We're here.
Always share your stories, okay? And as always, remember to like,
share,
comment,
and subscribe.
Bye, guys.